So, episode 2 is my least favorite Star Wars film. It's still good, but there's just too many scenes that I had to skip over after rewatching. Especially the love scenes. Oh my god, the love scenes are so cringy. And just the acting and the CGI did not age well for episode 2. It's like obvious green screen for some scenes. But I will say, Obi-Wan, shined in the movie. Mace Windu actually did something in this movie, and Yoda did something in this movie. And Christopher Lee, legendary actor, he had his own character. His name is stupid, but he has his professional acting skills, really good acting skills. It's just too bad that they didn't use they. He was introduced in the last hour of the movie, which kind of sucks because you wasted potential on Christopher Lee, and plus I think he was only in the third movie for 15 minutes. But I don't know. The Attack of the clones finally show up in the end of the movie. My favorite, there's a few favorite parts in the movie, like when all the Jedi came in. I was like, holy crap! And um, the chase scene with the bounty hunter and not Jango Fett, but Zep, I think was the character's name that got poisoned. Um, Anakin himself is he's just kind of an unlikable brat in this movie, but he matures a lot in the cartoon show and episode 3. Um and he also has the creepy smile and creepiness to Padme, and it's just creepy things you shouldn't say. And when his mom died, I felt bad for Shmi. Um, he killed all the Tusken Raiders that were over there. He killed the women, the children, the men. Oh man. I mean, it was a good scene that he, went after them, but he just the whininess. Um, I feel like Count Dooku, in a way, he was telling the truth when he was talking to Obi-Wan. What if there, what if there's a snake, in the yeah, and Jar Jar is limited in there. He's not in the film that much because people complained about him too much, but whatever. But somehow he's like a political leader. It's kind of dumb that he is one, and no wonder the Emperor took over. But um, another good scene was the chase in space with Jango Fett and Boba Fett. Yeah, Boba Fett as a kid. Jango Fett actually does something unlike Boba Fett. Boba Fett really doesn't do anything in the original trilogy if you really think about it. But the Clone Army was introduced in Episode 2, and they're all a bunch of clones of Jango Fett. And like I said, the CGI did not hold up that as well, and the green screen slash blue screen. The music is not as good as Phantom Menace. Also, I feel like the Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith had way better music. I mean, there's still really good music in there because it's John Williams. It's just not as memorable, except for the chase scene with the other bounty hunter and Obi-Wan, who foolishly jumps out of the window, and it's like something Anakin would do. It's kind of ironic, but yeah, he jumps out of a 100-story building trying to get that robot thing that had the poisonous bug things. But yeah, the music isn't as memorable. But there is some really good scenes if you cut out 25-30 minutes of the movies between the politic talk and the love story between Anakin and Padme, which is just, ugh, you know, I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. That line was terrible. And the other one, I can't think of it. It was like something haunting me. Your kiss haunts me or something. Um, yeah, any love scenes between Padme and Anakin is a skip over. But luckily in episode 3 they didn't have too much of it, and they and some of the CGI monsters for the final battle actually really like their designs. The praying mantis one and the rhino one and the cat tiger alien hybrid thing. I felt like the lightsaber battles were too short for Count Dooku and Yoda. It was like a minute long, I think. And Obi-Wan, he only got nicked because I think Count Dooku actually kind of respects Obi-Wan a little bit, and he was telling the truth to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan was not, he was just denied it, but he was actually telling the truth. But I felt like those lightsaber battles were really not all that compared to the Duel of Fates, and of course Episode 3. But overall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. And if I had to go with the soundtrack, I would go 7.5. Yeah, it's my least favorite soundtrack. I mean, like, the sequel trilogy probably doesn't have as much memorable music either, but some of it is much better than Attack of the Clones music. And honestly, Attack of the Clones doesn't deserve that much hate, but it's really not that spectacular compared to most of the other Star Wars movies.